Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another video. This time around, I'm going to be doing a versus matchup between Captain America and Iron Man. So yeah, right before Civil War comes out, why not do a versus matchup? I did the same thing for Batman v Superman. I did a versus matchup between Batman and Superman, and now I'm going to be doing the same thing for Captain America versus Iron Man. So I've got 6 categories. And who will ultimately win the fight, both from a political standpoint and an actual fight action standpoint. So strength, smarter, team, convincing, support, and doesn't matter if they actually win. So yeah, I'll explain them more in depth for some of them as I go on. So yeah, but for strength, let's start off with strength. Um, Captain America, as we all know, he was this wimpy kid who gets the super serum, and he becomes extremely jacked the fuck up. So, yeah, he's basically super strong, super fast, etc. Iron Man, on the other hand, he's got a metal suit, several metal suits, and yeah, we've never, not even in the comics, not anywhere in the comics, we've never really seen our Captain America completely demolish an Iron Man suit. Even if Captain America is able to dent the Iron Man suit, um, the Iron Man suit is still able to power up, still able to be strong, I guess. And I feel like at the end, the Iron Man suit is always going to be stronger than Captain America and his shield. Now, if we're just talking about like literally just Tony Stark versus Captain America, Captain America will whoop his ass, no problem. But it's obviously with the Iron Man suit, and obviously that extra it's offensive versus defensive, and one of them has really huge defensive stats, and the other one has really huge offensive stats. But I just feel like the defense with Iron Man would just be way too great, and even if Captain America is able to even if Captain America is able to put a dent in any of Tony's suits, first off, he could always just repair it mid battle. We've seen him do like literally do that mid battle with the Hulkbuster, with the Hulk, where he's repairing it mid battle. And yeah, I just feel at the end, who's stronger? I feel like Iron Man would have to win that fight. And next up, who is smarter? So who is able to outsmart each other, because from a political standpoint, you have to you need to strategize and you figure out how this works out. Even from like an actual battling standpoint, you also need to outsmart each other. I'd also give the point to Iron Man. So that's 2 points for Iron Man. Reason being that Captain America, he is smart, and yes, he can strategize, but really his strategies, his plans, um, are really only focused on protecting Bucky Barnes, especially throughout this whole ordeal right now. It's really just protecting Bucky Barnes, whereas Iron Man, he's more for protecting the people. He wants to protect the people, and he sees an end game. Whereas Captain America, I don't really see an end game with him. I just feel like he's just trying to find ways, short-term goals to actually protect his friends and his team as a whole. Whereas Captain America, he has long-term goals where he knows it's gonna work. So smarter, I also have to give that point to Iron Man. Team. So who do we have on each other's team? So yeah, very fast. For Iron Man, you have War Machine, Black Widow, Spider-Man. War Machine, Black Widow, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Vision, and Iron Man. So yeah, whereas Captain America, I'm trying to remember right now. America has Captain America, Bucky Barnes, Captain America, Bucky Barnes, Sharon Carter, Ant-Man, Hawkeye, and Scarlet Witch. So that's what we have on each side. Okay, now pretty even match as a whole, in my opinion. Who will win? Well, as we saw in the trailers, Scarlet Witch immediately overpowers Vision. So those two go down. So Scarlet Witch versus Vision, Scarlet Witch wins that one. Sharing Hawkeye versus Black Widow. I'd give that one to Hawkeye, just because I feel Black Widow will be a little bit soft on her, and even after that, you have Sharon Carter kind of in the mix on Captain America's side, so they'll probably both go for Black Widow. Bucky Barnes versus Black Panther. Um, Bucky Barnes gets his ass whooped. Ant-Man, I have no idea who'd he go against. Ant-Man versus War Machine, I suppose. Actually, no, not even Ant-Man versus Spider-Man. That'd be funny. Ant-Man, I'm pretty sure we're due to see Giants Man in this movie, so I feel like he could just squish Spidey like a bug, literally. So there's that, and who do we have for War Machine? Who else do we have for War Machine? Cap's side. Hawkeye. I mean, I guess after Hawkeye's done with War Machine, I mean, I feel like War Machine is just on the same. It's a little bit under Iron Man, so he's gonna be overpowered as shit. So yeah, but at the end, I feel like power wise, Captain America has a better match team versus Iron Man. I mean, really, you have Iron Man's side, you have a new superhero, like two new superheroes to be honest. I mean, one of them you could argue, but two new superheroes to the game. Okay, someone without powers or monies, Black Widow, and two robots. Okay, whereas in the other side you have again two normal human beings, the Sharon Carter and Hawkeye. You have a guy who could change his size, two guys with super strength, and yeah, and a wizard. So yeah, it's not really that even when you think about it. When you actually logically go through the process of actually thinking about it. So yeah, and even after that, we saw that one shot in the trailer where Hawkeye shoots Ant-Man, and it seems like he's going into Iron Man's suit. He could easily, like, I mean, yes, Iron Man's suit could repair, but he could just easily, just go into the technology side, or the batteries or whatever of the power source of the Iron Man, so you just like fuck around with it. So yeah, or with War Machine by that logic. So yeah, it's not that even. It is somewhat even. I'd give the advantage to Captain America, hence I give the point to Captain America. But how evenly matched are they? I feel like they're either evenly matched or Captain America just way overpowers them. So yeah, next up, who's more convincing? So what I mean by this basically is, like who's able to actually convince the people for their side. Who's able to convince kind of who's able to convince the government. That's a proper one of their cause. So you have safety versus the freedom of the people. Now the government's always going to go for safety, whereas the people for the most part are going to go for their freedom. So yeah, now this one I really struggled with it. I saw this on many different topics where they had it, similar topics. I saw this on many versus matchup lists for Captain America versus Iron Man, and really most of them were like evenly matched ties or whatever. So I'm gonna give this one a tie. Nobody's really that convincing in this situation. I mean, you're gonna be able to convince heroes, or gonna be able to convince the government, and you're gonna be able to convince the people of your situation. Okay. Now the next category, support. That's where it comes. That's what the real tiebreaker comes from. Support. Who actually has more support? More specifically, the people. Who do the people want to see win? Freedom or safety? And again, I'm gonna have to give the points to Iron Man, because as much as people want safety, their freedom. Sorry, they're always gonna want to feel safe. And when you think about it, Iron Man's plan isn't too half bad in my opinion. It's pretty good. If you go off, I'm assuming they're gonna use elements from the Civil War comic, elements of I'm assuming that parts of the plans that Iron Man is gonna do in the movies comes from the comic series, the comic book series story arc, and in the story arc, the plans he does, with for example, the prison, that was all pretty good. The surveillance, that was all pretty good. So yeah, and he's able to get a lot of support from people. But in the comic book series, you don't really see much, if any, support from the people on Iron Man's side, not Captain America's side. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give another point to Iron Man. Um, and now the big one, doesn't matter if they win. So what do I mean by this? Okay, if Captain America wins the battle, wins the ultimate battle, would it matter if he wins that one battle? No, because people will still see him as threat, him and his team as a threat, and they'd want to have their own safety. Okay. However, if Iron Man wins the battle, um, it's gonna prove that superheroes are as dangerous as any supervillain, and hence they're gonna want to go through with this act to be safe, and hence have them be controlled by the government and stuff like that. So at the end, again, another point for Iron Man, and at the end, it's a grand total of 2 versus 5. Captain America gets 2 points. Iron Man gets 5 points. Iron Man wins. So yeah, who would win, Captain America versus Iron Man? I'd have to say Iron Man. However, I'm still on Team Cap. I'm still on Team Captain America because freedom of the people. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's basically my logic. Either way, even if I were to put my 2 cents in there in this situation, it'd be like 3 versus 5 either way. So Captain America would still lose. And that's more or less how it is in the graphic novel as well. I actually did this list before I read the graphic novel. So yeah. Um, yeah. Overall, Iron Man would win. That's more or less the public consensus. I mean, granted, that does come from the fact that most people read the comics that this is based off of. But for the most part, I mean, even logically, when you logically think about it, Iron Man would win in a real life situation. He would win in a real life situation. I mean, Captain America would just be seen as the rebels. It really wouldn't work out for them, to be honest. But yeah, now very fast. If I could throw my 2 cents in this, how I would do this act, the Slovakian act, or whatever they're calling it, because it has like 50 different names between the comics and the movies and whatever. How I would do it is that I'd have at least some kind of surveillance over every single superhero. However, if they want to be paid or not, because that's how it is in the comics. I'm not sure how it is in the movies because I haven't seen it yet. But what I would do is I'd track every single hero, and this is just like a basic, not really thoroughly planned out explanation, but I'd have a way to track every hero, and if they wanna be controlled by the government, then they could be hired, but if they don't, they could go on and not be hired, but still be surveillanced. However, if they are hired by the government, then yes, their public information should be released, I suppose. Released. And even after that, it's if they want it to be released. It should be known to everybody in the government, but to the public, if they don't want to be it known, then don't let it be it known. And again, that's like a rough description of what I've always thought of as a perfect solution. So, yeah. So at the end, Iron Man wins. Just to go over the scores again. Iron Man got strength, smarter, support from the people, and wouldn't matter if he would win a battle. And Captain America got team, and they were tied and able to convince the people as a whole, heroes, and the general public as a whole. So yeah, that's basically it. Do you think otherwise? You think Captain America has a better chance? In a perfect world, yes, I would say Captain America would have a chance. But even from a logical standpoint, as I just said, Iron Man would win, regardless. Iron Man would win. So yeah, it's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart, signing off.